All right, we're with Brighton volleyball coach Scott Pitcher. Oh my goodness, a big win over Howell, 3-0.
Yes.
It was a battle the entire game, especially those last two sets.
Yes.
My goodness, how'd you do it?
Well, it really had a lot more to do with the kids doing it versus myself. They got a little bit tense. We had such a great first set. They were relaxed, ready to go, but then we started to make some errors. The trick to this team, though, was earlier this year when they would get making errors, they would have a little trouble coming back. But today they showed that they had the heart, the volleyball IQ to come back, and it was awesome to watch. The third set was maybe a little bit too much of a comeback, but I give them credit. You know, they knew they wanted it, and we didn't want to go to a fourth game. Howell left it on the court. We expected that.
That third set, what's the biggest thing you'll take away from that?
They're mentally tough enough to bounce back from about anything right now, and that's the difference between early in the season and later in the season. They now can go out there and have a less than outstanding set, but come back in the end and put pressure on and win, and that's something that's huge when you're in a one-and-done tournament.
What about Ashley Brown? What does she mean to this team?
When Ashley Brown is on fire, she can do anything from the back row and the outside pin. She's also got a really devious little float serve that doesn't look like much until you're on the receiving end on it and it's moving 2 or 3 feet. So that gives us that 1-2 punch from pin to pin. And when you have that, it makes it tough for a team to block against.
What is the Brighton-Howell rivalry like? And you know, these two teams are rivals in all sports, but
yeah.
And it showed tonight.
Yeah, it was very similar. In our first match, it was one of the most exciting matches of the season. We played close to 55 matches, maybe 50 matches this year, and they are very tenacious of pursuing the ball, and they're disciplined to get to where they need to be on the court. And tonight they proved it. They you know, with a smaller blocking line, they got in good position, got a lot of good touches, stayed in system pretty well, and forced us into making a lot of mistakes.
And you're actually going to Howell for regionals.
Yeah, it's kind of
that's kind of interesting. But what's it like going to regionals?
Well, it's outstanding. I can't wait for the opportunity. Gonna have a nice dinner tonight and start looking at video and maybe check some scores to find out who we may possibly face. And since it's a court we're a little familiar with, I like that. It's not our home, but it is kind of home. You know, it's part of the conference. It's part of our local community. So I hope we can represent well.
All right, Scott, thank you so much and congrats.
Thank you very much.